Ikaklaro ko lang ho para sa lahat at maunawaan po natin ang issue po rito. Yung pong reward na sinasabi, ito po ay inaalok, no? Hindi po ako nagsolicit nito, never po ako nagsolicit, never ko po nahawakan ng pera. Gusto lang nilang tumulong at sila po ay nag-aalok ng pera sa mga magbibigay ng paraan upang mahuli si Pastor Kibuloy. Hanggang ngayon po, wala pa hong nabibigay ni singkong pera sa mga nahuli, maski na kay Canada. Tatanungin niyo po kung bakit. Siguro po natakot dahil nag-offer ng 20 million reward ang KOJC. No? On record po iyan, maski tanungin niyo po ang lahat. No? Inuulit ko, wala po akong natanggap, never ako nagsolicit po rito, at ito'y lamang pagtulong para mahuli si Pastor Kibuloy. Ngayon, sasariwain ko lang at ano ba legalidad nitong pagbibigay ng award. Alam niyo, ito'y parang pagtulong eh. In fact, may nakita kong isang clip na kung saan ang mismong, hindi ko po alam kung siya ay abogado ng Kingdom of Jesus Christ, no? Nakikita kong kasama po niya, na siya mismo nagsasabi ay ito'y legal dahil ginawa niya po. Baka pwedeng i-play ko po yung tape ni Attorney Topacio. Paki-play lang.
Pakatulong sa maghuli ng taong subject of the warrant.
Okay. So, iyan po ay isang insidente na kung saan mismo ang isang abogado na nakikita kong kasama ng Kingdom of Jesus Christ, siya mismo ang nagbibigay ng reward, no? Mismo sa gobyerno, ha? Mismo sa gobyerno. Siya po mismo 'yan. Ngayon, ayon nga sa batas, ito'y klinaro ko na po. Ang tanong dito sa mga nakikinig natin, kasi narinig ko yung mga nag-aano kanina tungkol sa pulis eh. Sana naman sa mga kababayan natin, let us place the things in its proper narrative. Ilagay natin sa tama. Ano yung tama? Kami po ay ginagawa na namin ang trabaho namin. DILG po ako, sinusupervise ko po ang kapulisan. Ang pulis po, nananahimik yan. Pero kailangan gawin nila ang trabaho nila, ang mag-serve ng warrant of arrest. Ano ba sinaserve nila rito? 3 bagay po. Number 1, ito po ay galing mismo sa Davao Court, Branch 12 at sa Pasig RTC Branch 159. Sa mga nakikinig po, kung ikaw ay magkakaso, kunyari kaming dalawa ni Attorney Bascuna, Abalos versus Bascuna. Maghihiring kami sa piskalya. At kung matalo si Bascuna, ang kalaban niya na ay ang people of the Philippines. Ang kalaban niya na ang mamamayan ng Pilipinas. Yun na po ang nangyari rito. Sa RTC, tapos na po ito, umantong na sa people of the Philippines versus Pastor Kibuloy. At nag-issue ng warrant of arrest for child abuse. No? Ito ay ang sexual na, ito ay pag-aabuso sa mga bata. No? Ng criminal case number RDBO 24-01439 ng Davao Branch. And another warrant for sexual abuse. No? Ito po ay sexual na pagsasamantala. No? Dito rin po sa Davao. At sumunod ay ang Pasig RTC. Nag-issue na rin ng warrant of arrest for trafficking in persons, no? Ito'y qualified trafficking under section 4 and 6, anti-trafficking. No bail po ito. No? No bail po ito. Matindi ito. At bukod dito sa mga warrant na ito, I would also like to point out, meron din itong sa Amerika, may kaso rin ito. Conspiracy to engage in sex trafficking by force, fraud, and coercion. Pakikipagsabuatan upang isagawa ang sex trafficking sa pamamagitan ng presa, panloloko, pamimilit, pati na rin ang money laundering. No? Pero lahat po ito ay alleged. Hindi ko sinasabing guilty si Pastor Kibuloy, hindi po. No, he is deemed to be innocent until his guilt is proven. That is why may proseso tayo rito. Hinahanap siya ngayon para siya ay tumayo sa hukuman at sagutin ang mga akusasyon na ito. Yun lang po ito. At hindi lamang yun, Mr. Chairperson. Meron din tayo ngayon na Senate warrant dito mismo sa Senado na inisyu noong March 19, 2024 ni Senator Risa, ang Committee on Women and Gender Equality. No? Ito po'y dahil yata sa kanyang, para dumalo siya sa mga hearing po rito. So tatlo po ito. Sino magsaserve nito? Ang Senado and again, ang kapulisan. Hindi ko ho kilala si Pastor Kibuloy. Ginagalang ko ang kanyang reliyon, ang kanyang pagkatao. Pero sana maunawaan po ninyo, trabaho namin ito. Tandaan natin na ang basihan ng demokrasya ay ang hustisya at ang basihan ng hustisya ay ang batas. At yan ang pinapatupad namin. Kung hindi namin gagawin yan, babaksak ang buong bansa. Kung tatalikod na lang kami rito. Ngayon, ang tanong dito, bakit namin siya kailangang hanapin? Kasi seryoso. These are very serious allegations. Ang demanda niya. Hayaan kong basahin ko. Dito ang mismo yung testimony ng isang nagreklamo. Ang pangalan niya ay alias Amanda. Babasahin ko lang po, si alias Amanda ay umarap sa Senado sa kanyang testimony noong Enero 23, 2024. At ito po ang sinabi niya. Siya ay isang innocenting 17 years old na taong gulang na dalaga. Isa sa kanyang mga tagasunod at estudyante sa KOJC na Jose Maria College. Ito po sinabi niya. Pagtugtong ko ng 17 years old, mas naging masela na ang pinapagawa nila. Tanda ko pa, September 1, 2014, kasi kakatapos na ng tribute program ng KGC. Tutulog na sana ako. Pero sabi ng isang kasamang pastoral worker, magpunta daw ako sa dining area ng Bible School dahil pinapatawag ako ni Jacqueline Roy. Sabi niya, parte daw ng trabaho ng Ministry of the Pastorals na imasahe si Kibuloy. Sabi niya, special privilege daw ito dahil hindi naman daw lahat nahahawakan at nakakalapit sa anak ng Diyos. Sabi niya, huwag ko daw pagdudahan ng anuman na mangyayari sa loob ng kwarto kasama si Kibuloy, basta ibigay ko lang daw ang sarili ko. Bago ako maligo, pumunta si Jacqueline Roy sa kwarto at binigyan ako ng lotion ng pabango ng Bath and Body Works brand, ang specific Center Enchanted na paborito daw ni Kibuloy. Pagkatapos kong maligo at mag-blow dry, pumunta ako sa kwarto ni Kibuloy sa Bible School building. Pagkatok ko sa pangalawang pinto, pinagbuksan ako ni Jacqueline Roy, inakay niya ako sa may kama ni Kibuloy. Pagkaalis ni Jacqueline, sinimulan ko na ang pagmamasahe. Gising na si Kibuloy nito. Noong itutuloy ko na dapat ang pamamasahe.
Excuse me, sir.
Sir, tatapusin ko lang please. Tatapusin ko lang po ito. Malapit na po.
Your
Tumayo siya at umupo sa harap ko. Sinimulan niyang tanggalin ang butones ng t-shirt ko hanggang sa tuluyan niya.
Sir,
Sir, I'll just finish this please.
yeah, for a while.
Sub
Let
judice,
me,
Your Honor.
let me remind you, so that this hearing is not questioning the issuance of warrant
Yes,
of
I'll
arrest
just finish this. It has
Pastor
a direct connection. Please,
Yeah.
let me finish.
Yeah. But please listen to me, please, first. What the purpose of this hearing is to determine if there is really overkill in the implementation of the warrant of arrest. Yun lang man ang purpose ito. We are not, wala kami alam kung
Sir, there is
ano yung
direct
background,
connection.
bakit nagkakaso.
There is direct. Just let me finish,
Okay,
Mr. Chairman.
sige, go ahead.
If I may, Your Honor, I think
Please,
that
please, tatapusin ko lang. You will have
that
your
is
time. You
judicial,
will have
Your
your
Honor.
time.
sub judice, that goes into the very merits of the
You will have
case.
your time, Attorney Torion.
Yes, I know that,
It is
Your
part
Honor.
of
But
the
that is
transcript of the
improper.
Senate.
That is improper.
Order.
This is my speech. You
Yeah.
cannot tell me what is improper.
Yeah,
It is my right.
order. I am the chairman. Please listen to me. Let us have an orderly conduct of hearing. So please, sir, kaya kita sinabihan, the purpose of this hearing is to determine kung indeed merong overkill yung implementation ng warrant of arrest. We are not, hindi
Sir.
natin tinatakil dito kung anong background, bakit nagkakaroon.
Sir, may
No warrant.
direct connection po, sir.
Yes,
It's
alam
not
ko,
continuous.
going to connect. But I'm just reminding you, and I don't want to deprive you of your opening statement. You can continue, but pakinggan mo muna yung sinasabi ko na the very purpose of this is to determine if there is overkill.
Thank
That's
you.
all.
Thank
That's
you,
all.
Mr.
You can
Chairman.
continue.
Yeah.
You can continue.
Tatapusin ko lang po ito. Anyway, this is part of the record of the Senate. Wala akong iniimbento. Lahat po ito'y galing din dito to. Noong itutuloy na kung na dapat ang pagmamasahe, tumayo siya at umupo sa harap ko. Sinimulan niyang tanggalin ang butones ng t-shirt ko hanggang natuluyan niyang tinanggal ang buong t-shirt ko. Noong nakahiga na ako, pumaibabaw sa akin si Kibuloy. Gusto kong sumigaw ng tulong at tanungin kung ano ang ginagawa niya. Pero naalala ko na bawal akong mag-question. Nanginginig na ang katawang ko sa takot at nakatitig lang ako sa kisame. Pinipigilan ko na ang mga luha ko dahil sobra akong nagulat at walang magawa. Pagkatapos ay tuluyan na akong pinagsamantalahan ni Apollo Kibuloy. Noong siya ay natapos na, pumunta ako sa CR. Tulala pa rin ako. Nakatitig lang sa kisame. At dito nagsimula akong umiyak.
Point of order, Your Honor.
Nais
Thank
ko
you
lang
much.
bigyang
Point of order.
diin na minor pa ako noong nangyari ang mga ito. Bakit ko sinasabi ito? Pakinggan natin ang akusasyon. Kung hindi totoo ito, okay, may karapatan siya sabihin niya hindi totoo. Pero kung totoo ito, dapat lamang siyang managot sa batas. At dapat lamang gawin namin ang katungkulan namin. Alam kong binababoy ako, okay lang yun. Pero huwag babuyin ang bata nito.
Order lang po.
Yun lang po, Mr. Chair.
For the record, the chair would like to express that yung lahat na sinabi ni Secretary Abalos were taken up in the previous hearing of the other committee. So that was already recorded in the Senate. So, tapos ka na, sir? Okay na, sir?
Hindi pa ho eh.
Ha?
May sasabihin yata si ayaw niya akong patapusin eh.
Your Honor, the point of order being that I think Secretary Abalos is a lawyer. That is actually sub judice, Your Honor. It is precisely the subject now of court trial before RTC Quezon City as well as RTC Pasig City. To quote directly from the declarations of an alleged complainant, Your Honor, would be delving into the merits of the case, which is no longer the issue in this case, because the issue in this case is whether or not there was excessive force in the implementation of the warrant of arrest. We are not into looking as to whether or not the allegations of one alias Amanda was true or not. That is subject within the jurisdiction of the court, because those cases have already been discussed and dismissed by the City Prosecution's Office of Davao City, and that has been pending before the Department of Justice for 4 years. Well, it was resolved, and our motion for reconsideration now, Your Honor, is still pending before the DOJ, even if warrants of arrest have already been issued against my client. So it would be unfair, Your Honor, to quote direct from the allegations in the affidavits, because that is sub judice, Your Honor.
Mr.
And Attorney
Correct,
Abalos knows that.
Mr. Chairman, please. Sana nakikinig.
Secretary Abalos. The chair rules that this committee is focused on investigating the subject at hand, which is the alleged overkill in the implementation of the warrant of arrest. So please, if I am asking Secretary Abalos if those issues that you are pointing is not connected to the investigation, please refrain from doing so.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. I'm sorry for my voice. Okay. Sana nakikinig lang, Mr. Chair, si Atty. Torion sa sinabi ko. Hindi ko sinasabing guilty ang kanyang kliyente. Klaro naman ang sinabi ko. He is deemed to be innocent until his guilt is proven. At ito po'y nasa korte ngayon. Kaya nga sinabi ko, mas mabuti sumuko na siya, magpakita na siya, at siya rin nagsasabi, nasa hearing ito para maklaro lahat. Because these are very serious allegations. And it's already people of the Philippines may warrant, hindi ba, Atty. Torion? May warrant. Oh,
Sir,
may warrant.
Please, order. Please, walang personal na confrontation dito. Please address all your statements to the chairman. Lahat ng sabihin ninyo, i-address nyo sa chairman and not to each other.
if I may, Your Honor, if I may.
Yes.
The problem with the statements of Secretary Abalos, he being a lawyer, is that he quoted verbatim the allegations in the affidavit complaint, which is now actually on trial before two courts, Your Honor. So that is clearly improper because the issue in this case is not the validity, the truthfulness, veracity of the contents of the affidavit complaint. What we are talking here is whether or not the use of force employed by the PNP in the service of such warrant was excessive. So therefore, to quote verbatim the allegations in the affidavit complaint, I think Attorney Abalos knows that it is improper in a Senate proceeding. That is proper during the trial of the case, Your Honor. And that is also unfair on the part of Pastor Apollo Sikibuloy, who cannot actually also state his portion. The fact that even the date, September 1 of 2014, was not even the tribute to the king. It was actually August 29, 2014. And that in itself is untruthful. And the fact that she was allegedly forced, we could not say here that her father was in fact present during that time. And she did not even report that to his father or to her father, Your Honor. All of these matters, Your Honor, the merits of the case, specifically the actual allegations in the affidavit complaint, should not be stated because those are uncalled for and are not covered by the investigation of the Senate, Your Honor. That is
Mr. Chair, may I comment?
ordinary rules of fairness.
No.
Let him finish.
I will just
Secretary Abalos, let him finish. You have your time.
Ordinary rules of fairness and decency require that, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, may I?
Okay, you can respond, Secretary Abalos.
Mr. Chair, sana nakikinig lang siya, no? I mean, lahat naman tayo may tenga at naka-record to. Klarong-klaro sinabi ko, hindi ko sinight yung nasa kaso. Ang sinight ko yung dito sa Senado mismo. Dito yung hearing ni Senator Ontiveros ang sinight ko. Kaya nga yung sinasabi niya akusasyon, sana sumuko na. Sabihin mo sa kliyente mo, sumuko na, Mr. Chair. Please, I'm just asking you as an officer of the court para maklaro precisely so that we can hear his side.
With due respect,
Before you respond, Attorney Torion, I would like to say na yung sinasabi ninyo is you may claim it as relevant to the issue at hand, but it is not germane to the investigation that we are conducting right now. So it has already been recorded in the Senate hearings. So I think there's no use of for this investigation. It's not germane already.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
if I might finish kasi hindi ko pinatapos kaya hindi pa ako tapos kanina. Tatapusin ko lang. Pabayaan yung tapusin ko bakit ito may relasyon. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Bakit ito may relasyon? Klarong-klaro na huminto ang investigasyon. Huminto ang kaso. Sinasabi ni Atty. Torion ng side ng kliyente niya, hindi tuloy masabi. Huminto ang investigasyon sa Senado. Huminto sa RTC Pasig, RTC Davao. Nakakagulo ngayon ng pulis para hanapin siya. Hanggang ngayon, hinahanap po siya. Ngayon, hinahanap ito, sasabihin natin, excessive force, lahat po ginagamit. Masisisi ang pulis. Pero, dinidian ng pulis, hanapin si Pastor Kibuloy, hanapin siya. My dear friends, Mr. Chair, this has a direct correlation. Bakit? Because ang akusasyon na binasa ko calls for a direct answer. Totoo ba ito, Pastor, o hindi? Kung totoo, sige. Inosente ka. Pero kung ito'y hindi totoo, bilang ama, hindi dapat mangyari kung sino mang anak niya nangyari ito. Hindi dapat mangyari ito maski sa kapatid niya. Yun lang ho, hustisya lang. Dapat malaman natin ang totoo dito. Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Chair.
Thank you, Secretary Abalos. You want to respond?
Good morning po.
Ms.
Good morning po
Cardona?
sa lahat. Mr.
Yeah, go ahead.
Chair, Senator Robin, sa lahat po na nandito. Maraming salamat sa muling pagdinig ngayon regarding po doon sa ang pinatawag itong committee na to, kung totoo bang excessive force po yung ginamit noong June 10, which even the former President PRRD said it would be recorded in history as a day of infamy because they attacked our compound unnecessarily using excessive force. Nagkataon lang, hindi nila nagawa yun kay Pastor, kaya they were not successful in doing so. Alam na natin po yung nangyari. Ang pangalawang tanong dito sa hearing na to, kung tama ba, legal ba yung bounty na 10 million para kay Pastor na hindi pa po siya convicted sa korte, yung binasa ng DILG, masakit pakinggan kasi walang katotohanan. Alam namin yon. Personally, 40 years kaming kasama ni Pastor. Kahit isa sa allegation na binasa ni Secretary Abalos dito sa Senado, sa korte nang galing, malicious bastos yon nang galing sa bibig niya. Sabihin ko rin, kasi nga allegation yon, walang katotohanan in behalf of the kingdom. Ang ngayon sa korte, pwede ba balikan natin? Although bastos nga si Senator Abalos sa sinabi niya, kasi kinote niya yon dito sa committee, hindi naman kasali, malicious nga, pwede po balikan natin kung excessive ba yung force na ginamit nung June 10 kasi nandito yung ground commanders at kung legal ba ang pagpatong ng 10 million pesos sa ulat. Sinabi pa ni Secretary Abalos na wala siyang nahawakang pera, meron lang daw tumulong. Di ba ang tanong namin noon, sino itong private citizen na tumulong para mahuli si Pastor? May galit ba siya kay Pastor? Meron ba siyang, gusto ba niyang kunin si Pastor at patayin si Pastor? Kasi when you put the bounty of 10 million pesos sa ulo ng isang tao na hindi convicted na kahit anumang korte dito sa pamahalaan, dito sa ating bansa, yun nga, mas masahol pa siya sa pinakamasahol na terorista at killer dito sa bansa. And Pastor Kibuloy, hindi pa siya convicted. Di ba sinabi na namin balik-balik kay Pastor? Meron na nakikialam na Amerika. O yan, sinabi din ni Secretary Abalos na conspiracy. Sa Amerika nang galing yung korte. Yung kaso, dinala dito sa Pilipinas. Kaya lang naman ang sabi lang talaga ni Pastor, haharapin niya ito. Haharapin niya. Kahit sa ang korte, haharapin ni Pastor. Gusto ni Pastor Kibuloy, harapin itong kasong to para matapos ng kasinungalingan. Kilala namin si Amanda, nakakahiyaman, babae siya, pinotetahan namin siya para hindi siya mapahiya sa mga allegations niya. Pero ganito kabastos itong dito sa Senado, tapos gagano nila aming Pastor.
Please,
Take it sitting down.
tone down your
So,
voice.
sir,
Tone down your voice.
kasi ganun din si Apalos. So,
Mr.
sir,
Mr. Chair.
balikan natin yung excessive ba, nandito yung ground commanders. Gusto lang po namin matapos yun.
Before I recognize Secretary Abalos, DOJ, can you respond? Is putting a 10 million bounty on the head of Pastor Kibuloy legal? Yan ang tanong natin.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead.
First of all, let's just make a distinction between the term bounty and the term reward.
Okay, reward.
This is a
Reward.
reward, not a bounty. A bounty is for people who should be arrested because they are convicts of a crime or they have outstanding warrants of arrest. This reward covers many things, not just the arrest, but information on the whereabouts of the various accused, no? Kasama na din po doon si Pastor Kibuloy. Naghain po kami ng opinion sa committee na to At doon sa opinion, sinabi naman namin doon na legal. Legal ang pag-alok ng pabuya o ng reward sa mga individual na makakabigay ng impormasyon upang maaresto na makakatungo sa aresto ng isang tao. Bakit po ito legal? Unang-una, kasama ito sa trabaho namin sa justice sector. Dapat namin ipatupad ang mga criminal laws natin at hindi ito mapapatupad kung ang mga akusado ay hindi matatagpuan. Bukod doon, maliwanag naman sa ating sistema na hindi bawal. Hindi bawal ang pabuya para mahanap ang isang akusado at madala sa husgado ang isang akusado. Kumbaga, marami pang ang batas na malinaw doon na maaring magbigay ng pabuya sa mga tao na nagbibigay ng impormasyon. Kasama dito ang National Internal Revenue Code, ang Customs Modernization Act, ang Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act. At di namin na-cite sa aming opinion, kasama din ang Anti-Terror Act dito. So kumbaga, hindi lang bawal magbigay ng pabuya. May mga batas talaga tayo na nagsasabi na maaari magbigay ng pabuya.
Okay, next question. Next question. Kung ang pabuya, how about the source of the reward? Legal ba na manggagaling sa mga private individuals or it should come from government funds?
Wala namang distinction sa mga batas natin sa source, no, sa source ng pera na magagamit bilang pabuya. At kumbaga ang mga pribadong mamamayan may role din sila sa ating justice sector. Kumbaga may 5 pillars of the justice sector, no, kasama dito ang law enforcers, ang prosecution, ang korte, ang mga kulungan, at kasama din ang komunidad. At nasa interest din ng ating mga mamamayan na maipatupad ang ating mga criminal laws. So para sa amin sa Department of Justice, wala pong masama kung magaling sa mga pribadong individual ang salapi na gagamitin para sa pabuya.
Go ahead, Senator Robin Hood Padilla.
Maraming salamat po, Chairman. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Peace be with you. Assalamualaikum. Po, meron na po akong tanong kay Yusek na Nicolas Felix T. Sir, opo. Sir, may ano lang po ako. Kasi sabi nyo, ang sinasabi ng batas, maganda po yon. Ang sinasabi ng batas ay pwede ang private individual. May tanong lang po ako, hindi po ba maabuso ito? Kasi halimbawa, meron kang kaaway, gusto ka lang masabit, yung kaaway mo, ginawa lahat to, mapera, tapos magbibigay siya ng, kailangan po ba linangin namin yung batas at siguraduhin ba? Ano po bang inyong maisasuggest?
Sige, salamat po, Senador. Ang pabuya naman, nakasalalay yun sa criminal na complete, no, sa criminal na action. At hindi naman natin basta-basta mabibigyan ng pabuya ang isang tao kung wala namang warrant of arrest, kung wala namang kaso na hinaharap ang mga subject ng pabuya.
Opo, na sumasang-ayon po ako doon. Ang punto ko po, Yusek, ay halimbawa, ako lang po, nag-away po kami ni Senator Bato. Isang araw, di natin alam, pinakasuhan ako. Dahil siya ay nasa kapangyarihan, ako ay wala sa kapangyarihan, gumawa siya ng paraan. Ngayon, hindi ko alam na may kinausap din siya. Sinabi niya doon sa kausap mo, pare, ikaw ang ng pera dyan, ng reward. So, meron na siyang sariling motibo po, di ba po? Hindi po pwede. Ako po yung nagsasuggest para kami po yung makagawa ng batas. Hindi ko po kayo tinuturuan. Kayo po ay resource speaker. Kayo po ang magbibigay sa amin ng idea bilang kayo tiga DOJ. Sa tingin niyo po ba dun sa batas, may kulang? Na kailangan ilagay natin dun sa batas na una, kilala natin kung sino tong nagbibigay ng pabuya na ito ay walang pansariling interes na mapahamak yung tao. Yun lang po ang ibig ko pong sabihin.
Maaari po natin tingnan yan, no? Siguro mas maganda i-consultahin natin yung mga privacy experts natin. Kasi nga yung identity ng donor, maaaring consider to na confidential information. At siguro kung mamumungkahi ko po, mag-imbita po tayo ng resource person mula sa National Privacy Commission upang mabigyang linaw to.
Opo, napakaganda po niyan. Siguro maganda din kung sino po yung inirereklamo, dapat siguro, para po sa akin, alam niyo po kasi ang batas dapat, sa konstitusyon ang linaw na ang isang tao na pinagbibintangan dapat ibigay natin ng full force na siya din naman ay mabigyan ng due process. So, malinaw po yun, sir. Alam niyo naman po yun. Yun lamang po, parang sa akin lang, meron lang baka magamit. Ang batas po, ginagawa na po natin yan. Di ba po, naglilinang tayo ng mga batas para proteksyonan lahat. Kaya maganda po yung suggestion ninyo. Recorded naman po yun, Chairman. Makapag-usap po tayo kung paano natin liliwanagin yan sa batas para ang lahat ng katapatan ng Pilipino ay napapangalagaan. Maraming salamat po, Yusek.
Kaya nga, follow-upan ko lang yung sinabi ni Senator Romeo Padilla. Para sa iyo, Yusek T. Halimbawa, yung nga, sabi niya, ako magkakawaran of arrest. Or ikaw, magkakawaran of arrest ka. Tapos ngayon, kasi ang nakalaban mo, may nasagasaan ka na malaking tao. Ngayon, malaking tao yung mayaman. May pera. May kapangyarihan. Mag-offer siya ngayon ng reward para mahuli ka. Well, it's perfectly legal. As you said, wala tayong problema dyan. Pero yung ethical aspect, moral aspect of that act, na sabihin mo na ganito na pala ang hustisya natin sa Pilipinas. Mayaman yung kalaban ko. Mabilis akong nahuli. Of course, wala akong question. May warrant ako Pero yung ang pagpatakbo ng justice system ay driven by reward na nanggagaling mismo sa kalaban ko. Di ba? Unfair para sa'yo, di ba? Parang napaka-unfair naman itong hustisya na ito. Mabilis akong nahuli dahil mapera yung nag-complain sa akin. Regardless kung ano yung kaso ko. Halimbawa, inagawan ako ng lupa. I was oppressed. Mayroong opresyon. Inagawan ako ng lupa ng tao na yan. Because magaling siya, mayaman siya, kayang-kaya niya akong palabasan ng warrant, nakasuhan ako. Ngayon, siya pa ang magpuput up ng reward against sa'yo. What do you think? As a ordinary citizen, mukhang merong hindi tama, no? Mukhang legal nga, kung legal. Pero para sa atin, ethically, morally, ano tingin mo?
Para sa amin po, Senator, Mr. Chairman, yung reward, ibang usapan ng reward doon sa kaso. Yung due process naman, doon sa kaso dumadaan yun Kung,
I'm talking about the case. Yung pagbibigay ng reward lang ang tinatanong ko. Personal mo na opinion. Kung ikaw ngayon ang hinahanap ng batas, kalaban mo nga, may pera, kaya niya mag-put up ng reward. Magbibigay siya ng reward ngayon. Anong feeling mo?
ang opinion po namin, hindi po pinagbabawalan ang pabuya at kumbaga dahil nga ang komunidad
Yung nga,
may
I have heard your
Yeah.
point already. Legal. From the legal point of view, it's perfectly legal. Wala akong problema. Tatanong lang ko sa iba yung about
okay.
personal, moral, ethical. Tao tayo hindi ba tayo lahat abogado? Tao tayo. Nagkuhan lang tayo ng tama ba ito? But anyway, we stick to what is legal.
Yes.
Pagdating sa usapan dito, ako lang, I am just approaching you sa human side. Okay? So, thank you. Attorney Torion, you're raising your hand?
Yes, Your Honor. I would just like to politely respond to the statements made by Secretary Abalos, Your Honor, as well as Undersecretary Felix T. that this is not disallowed. In effect, this is legal. With due respect, I disagree because the provision of Section 7D of Republic Act 6713 is very clear, Your Honor, with due respect to our Honorable Secretary, and that during the press conference, he clearly said that there is this reward, implying implanting into the minds of the people that he already received it. But he clarified it today that he did not receive the award yet. But if we read the law, Your Honor, the clear letters of the law state public officials and employees shall not solicit or accept directly or indirectly. So even indirect acceptance, therefore, Your Honor, is covered within the great prohibition under Section 7D. And what are those disallowed to be indirectly accepted or solicited any gift, gratuity, favor, Your Honor, entertainment, loan, or anything of monetary value. The fact that the Secretary, Your Honor, entertained the reward is in effect an indirect favor that he granted upon the person unidentified to put up this award. And this is even made graver, Your Honor, in the light of the fact that this was done in the course of his official duty as the supposed implementer of the law, or in connection with any operation being regulated by or any transaction which may be affected by the functions of their office. He is the Secretary of Interior and Local Government who manages the entire gamut of government operations insofar as law enforcement is concerned. Therefore, he should have high moral as well as legal ethics to refuse such favor, Your Honor, directly or indirectly, because public office is a public trust. Any air of suspicion must be prevented, Your Honor, to be accorded to him. So therefore, if we read cases regarding the Villanueva case, Office of the Ombudsman versus Maria Rowena Regalado, Your Honor, it is very clear that any air of suspicion, if you are a public officer, especially in the case of Secretary Abalos, who heads the PNP, Your Honor, he has direct administrative supervision over the PNP. He commands them, Your Honor. Then he should have exercised that becoming modesty to entertain directly or indirectly any favor from any person, because that would cast aspersion insofar as his reputation. It is illegal under the law, Your Honor. That is being said with due respect, Your Honor.
Yes, Attorney. Before I recognize Secretary Abalos, pakibasa nga ulit yun, yung sinabi mo kayo na gratuity, favor.
Public officials shall not solicit or accept directly or indirectly. Yung word na indirectly eh.
Okay, so
Yung siya
ano yun?
sabit eh. Any gift,
Gift,
gratuity, favor,
gratuity, favor,
favor, entertainment,
entertainment.
loan, or anything of monetary value. An award has a monetary value. Then he is prohibited from entertaining that directly or indirectly because it has monetary value, especially in this situation, Your Honor, that it is in the course of his official duty. That is Section 7D, Your Honor, or in connection with any operation being regulated by or any transaction which may be affected by the functions of their office. He is supposed to implement the law. Now, he has already invited reward hunters, if you don't want to call it bounty hunters, Your Honor, to go after Pastor Apollo Siquiboloy, even if our motion for reconsideration with the Department of Justice is still sitting, Your Honor. Even if the Department of Justice has not acted upon the case for 4 years, Your Honor, and all of a sudden, it was resolved in the height of the Senate investigation by Senator Hontiveros, Your Honor. And there is now a warrant of arrest, and we are still questioning the validity of the warrant of arrest, Your Honor. And now, the good secretary is offering the reward from private persons. Note, Your Honor, that PNP did not even offer an award. Why, Your Honor? Because they have their own NAPOLCO memorandum circulars as to what are the requisites before you can put up an award. That is NAPOLCOM Memorandum Circular 2019 as amended by NAPOLCOM Circular number 2021, Your Honor. That's 063. So therefore, Your Honor, the NAPOLCOM is governed, Your Honor, by certain rules as to when you can offer a reward. Yet, the Secretary of Interior and Local Government is all of a sudden is entertaining and is even announcing to the whole world this reward system which is not in accordance with the NAPOLCOM circular, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you. You may respond, Secretary Abalos.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Unang-una, sana napakinggan ni Attorney Torion.
Nakikinig po ako.
Yes,
Yes.
dapat lang makinig ka. Ngayon, number 1, ako po ay hindi nag-solicit. Never ako nag-solicit. At hanggang ngayon, wala ako natatanggap ni 5. Wala. Hanggang ngayon po, Mr. Chair. Pangalawa, Napakaklaro ng sinabi ng Department of Justice. Andito ngayon ang DOJ. Pagdating sa batas, dapat tignan natin ang sinasabi ng Department of Justice at klarong-klaro ang sinasabi ni Yusek Nicolas Felix T. tungkol dito. At pangatlo, sabihin na natin yung sinasabi ninyo, matagal, etc., etc. Kaya naman tumagal to, hindi siya sumusuko eh. Di pasukuin nyo si Pastor Kibuloy. Kaya nga nagkaroon tuloy ng warrant of arrest eh. Matitigil lamang to kung siya'y harapin niya ito at sinasabi nyo naman kanina, hindi ko naman sinasabi, klaro naman sinabi ko, he is deemed to be innocent until his guilt is proven. No? So dapat lamang ito. No? So yun naman po ang aking sagot. And let it be on record na yun po ang posisyon ko rito. Thank you so much,
Your
Mr.
Honor.
Chair.
Just a quick
Thank you, Secretary Abalos. You may respond, Attorney Torion.
with due respect to Secretary Abalos, the problem with this explanation is not it only covers one half of the law. What is prohibited, Your Honor, is that public officials and employees shall not solicit or accept directly or indirectly. The fact that he announced it, Your Honor, even if we say that he did not physically accept the money, but offering the word is already an indirect acceptance of that favor, Your Honor. So therefore, it is covered by the law. And being a high officer of the government, he should have exercised the becoming modesty. Pare, baka bawal ito kasi public official, baka may kontrata ka sa akin. Baka sasabihin, tatakbo ako ng senador. Baka sasabihin na magsusuporta ka sa akin kasi may kontrata ka sa akin. All of these are being covered within our rules, especially in the light of the fact that Section 3C of RA 3019 likewise prohibits this, Your Honor. That is our only concern here, especially in the light of the fact that we are even questioning the finding of probable cause. The motion for reconsideration, Your Honor, is still pending with the Department of Justice even until now. Yet they allowed the warrant of arrest to be issued. They allowed harassment in the Kingdom of Jesus Christ structures every day, Your Honor, where policemen would be jogging at 5 o'clock in the morning, full of with full battle gear, Your Honor, only clearly to show that they are harassing our members. That is our point, Your Honor.
Thank you, Attorney Torion. Yusek T. You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Nais lang namin sumagot dun sa dalawang sinabi ni Attorney Torion. Unang-una tungkol dun sa RA 6713 na sinasabi niya linabag ni Secretary Abalos. Maliwanag naman sa ang pabuya, ang pera, ang salaping maaaring mabigay sa DILG, pinapalabas ni Attorney Torion na ito ay suhol. Hindi ito suhol. Maliwanag sa batas na ito'y magiging suhol kung binigay ito or inulik ito para sa isang pabor. Hindi man nagbibigay ng pabor si Secretary Abalos. Ginagawa lang niya ang kanyang tungkulin, ang aming tungkulin na may patupad ng ating mga batas. Ang pangalawang gusto naming sagutin ay ang pagsabi niya, ang sinabi niya ng DOJ daw ay nagkamali dahil hindi namin na-actionan agad ang appeal laban kay Pastor Kibuloy. Itong issue na to, unang-una, nasa korte na to. Kumbaga, kung gagamitin natin yung sinabi ni Attorney Torion kanina, sub judice na ito. So, kumbaga, sinasabi niya na si Secretary Abalos linalabag ang sub judice rule, ngayon, ginagawa din niya. At bukod doon, ang korte mismo ang nag-issue ng warrant of arrest laban kay Pastor Kibuloy. So, ibig sabihin, para sa korte, may ebidensya at walang mali ginawang ang DOJ doon sa pagdesisyon sa kaso ni Pastor Kibuloy. Yun lang po, Mr. Chair.
If I may, Your Honor,
Thank you, Attorney T. Yusek T.
with due respect po,
Attorney Torion. Go ahead.
Undersecretary Te, wala po akong sinabing suhol. Ang sinabi ko dito, yung public official shall not solicit and accept directly or indirectly any gift, gratuity, or favor. Wala po akong sinabi. I just quoted the law as it is, Your Honor. And with due respect to Secretary Abalos, baka meron talaga sipiat po dito. No? Kasi nga, yung Napolcom nga, Meron nga silang clear parameters na-explain ko na last hearing po, yung NAPOLCO Memorandum Circular. Kaya siguro yung PNP hindi put up ng reward. Because if we will base it on their parameters, Your Honor, yung pinakamataas nga si Sahiron ay 6.7 million lang ata. Si Pastor Kibuloy, 10 million. Oo. So, even if we base it upon the parameters of the NAPOLCO Memorandum Circular, which actually has its own committee, Your Honor, committee on reward. No, they have their generals who will discuss these matters and apply the parameters before they would come up with the reward. They did not even put up that reward. Why? Because Pastor Apollo Kibuloy would not fit into the parameters set by the NAPOLCO Memorandum Circular. And then, sinabi ko na nagkamali ang DILG. Hindi po ako nagsabi nagkamali. Although, nag-file kami ng motion for reconsideration po sa DILG kasi sa tingin po namin, medyo kailangan po yun wastuhin. Pero yung sub-judice rule, alam ko po na si Undersecretary alam niya na if you are only discussing as to what happened, as to the procedural incidents of the case, that's not sub judice. But if he has a jurisprudence, Supreme Court decisions which can enlighten me, I am willing to learn, Your Honor. But as of my reading, Your Honor, that is not sub judice. Sub judice happens when you now narrate the declarations of a particular person in his affidavit and ascribe it to be rightful, just like, with due respect to Secretary Abalos, just like what he did a few minutes ago. That's sub judice.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. I just would like to